El Salvador's CECOT prison is a place of fear. It's infamous for its cruelty, and the world knows it for its harsh treatment of prisoners. Many call it one of the worst prisons on earth. CECOT is overcrowded, it's violent, basic human rights are absent. Prisoners live in inhumane conditions. The guards are known for their brutality. They often beat prisoners. Sometimes they torture them. CECOT is a stark reminder of what happens when justice fails. It's a place where hope goes to die. Gracia Abrego Garcia is an American father. He had a life in Maryland with his family. He had a wife and 3 children. He worked hard to support them. Then his life changed forever. In a terrible mistake, US officials deported him. They sent him to El Salvador. They claimed he was a gang member. They said he had ties to MS-13. Garcia insisted he was innocent. He said he had no gang affiliation. He pleaded with the officials, but his pleas fell on deaf ears. On March 15, 2025, Garcia arrived at CECOT prison. His nightmare had just begun. Life in CECOT is a constant struggle for survival. The prison is severely overcrowded. Over 100 men are crammed into a single cell. There are no beds. Prisoners sleep on the concrete floor. They have no blankets. The lights are kept on 24 hours a day. Sleep is a luxury they can barely afford. Food is scarce and often rotten. Water is limited. Disease spreads rapidly in the cramped, unsanitary conditions. Prisoners in CECOT are isolated from the outside world. They have almost no contact with their families. Letters are rare. Phone calls are practically non-existent. Lawyers struggle to access their clients. The legal process is slow and often blocked. The isolation and lack of communication breed despair. Hope dwindles with each passing day. Garcia, separated from his wife and children, clings to the hope of seeing them again. Garcia's case became a political flashpoint in the United States. Then President Trump defended the deportation, claiming Garcia was a dangerous gang member. He pointed to Garcia's tattoos as evidence. Meanwhile, Democrats condemned the deportation, calling it a miscarriage of justice. They argued that Garcia was actually a victim of Trump's harsh immigration policies. Senator Chris Van Hollen even visited Garcia in CECOT, witnessing the horrific conditions firsthand. He called for Garcia's immediate release. Garcia's story is not unique. He is just one of many innocent people caught in the system. Many have been deported to El Salvador based on flimsy evidence. Some were deported because of their tattoos, others because of their cultural background. They are victims of prejudice and a system that often ignores basic human rights. Their stories highlight the urgent need for justice reform. They are a stark reminder that the fight for human rights is far from over. Garcia's case sparked a legal battle that reached the highest court in the land. The US Supreme Court ruled that the government should try to bring Garcia back to the US. However, El Salvador refused to release him. They claimed they were obligated to hold him under an agreement with the Trump administration. The case became an international standoff. Human rights groups condemned Garcia's detention. They called for his immediate release. The fight for Garcia's freedom continues. The story of Gracia Abrego Garcia is a story of injustice. It is a story of a system that has failed to protect the innocent. It is a story that should outrage us all. We must demand better. We must demand justice for Garcia and all those who have been wrongly imprisoned. We must demand an end to the inhumane conditions in prisons like CECOT. We must remember that every human being deserves dignity and respect. We must fight for a world where justice prevails and human rights are never violated. The fight for Garcia's freedom is far from over. It will be a long and difficult road. But we cannot give up hope. We must continue to fight for his release and for justice for all those who have been wrongly imprisoned. We must hold our leaders accountable. We must demand an end to the policies that have led to these injustices. We must never stop fighting for a more just and humane world. The story of Gracia Abrego Garcia is a reminder that the fight for human rights is a fight that we must all be engaged in. It is a fight that we must win.